Colby doing a podcast. That's the end of the song.
Ooh. Okay, so we're gonna keep that?
Sure.
Okay. So Colby.
So Matt.
I had a question for you.
Let's hear it.
Aliens. Yay or nay?
Yay, but to a partial extent.
Okay. So for longtime viewers, you might remember last season we spoke about Nibiru and the Anunnaki, a famous theory about aliens existing in our universe.
Yeah, I believe that entire topic came around for the first time, if I'm not mistaken, because our ex-roommate's buddy came over and he was talking about it. The first time it came up, and that's how we talked about it on the podcast after that.
No.
That's how it came into, my head.
That's how it came?
Yeah.
I had just binge-watched all of Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, and that was the big, overarching 2-season-long plot of that show. That's how it came into my head, and I'm pretty sure then we brought it up. And then we're like, okay, let's talk about this.
Okay, never mind.
I don't know. Maybe he brought it up, and it was just a weird...
He did. And it was at the, same time frame as well.
Yeah, I guess so. But today we're going to talk more about aliens on our special Christmas special...
Alien Christmas podcast special annual.
Also, before we start, I was watching a small YouTuber the other day.
Okay, it's Matt and Colby, doing a podcast, That's the end of the song.
Okay. But I was watching a small YouTuber, you might know him as Call Me Kevin.
Yes.
And he did a video where he played a game where he got to play as the President of the United States. And the title was I am the new President of the United States. And you know that little thing they've been putting down in all...
Did they disclaimer saying that he wasn't?
Yeah. So I'm saying we got to put in our title a little thing with the president. I'm thinking as long as we're going to talk about aliens versus the president.
Aliens versus Joe Biden. That's what's going to draw them in. We got to get political here.
Yes.
And then the little corner, we're going to have gone sexual question mark.
So, to begin with the alien talk, do you know what happened on June 18th, 2018?
I do not.
President Donald Trump announced that he would be building a new military space force to protect the United States from space-based threats.
I am familiar with that, yeah.
Okay. And then September 9th, 2019, China builds the world's largest satellite dish radio telescope thingy as an attempt to get in contact with aliens. Were you aware of that?
I was not.
Okay.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Just the fact that that's gone under the radar for me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually pretty creepy, but China's just creepy in general.
Yeah.
No offense, I'm not being xenophobic. It's just your country's policies are weird, China.
Yeah. Do you know what happened April 28th, 2020?
No.
The Pentagon released 3 videos showing UFOs. And then...
Was this the over-the-water ones with the Navy ships?
Yes.
Yes, I remember seeing that.
And then when asked if they were fake, the Pentagon came out and said, we're not saying there's aliens, but we don't know what these things are. And then Canada's ex-defense minister, what's his name?
Justin Trudeau.
It's Paul Hellyer, who was, I think he stopped being their defense minister and then he came out and started talking about how there are aliens.
Oh, jeez.
And he came out saying there are aliens and they've been in contact with humans for a while. And he said they ended the Cold War as a means to stop the human race from killing ourselves with nuclear Armageddon.
So you're telling me would alien diplomats come down here?
I guess so. It's a weird thing, right?
It's the lizard people that we're all seeing, man.
But he says they do not want to be publicly known until after we can achieve world peace, because right now our race is too violent with each other. So it's unknown how we would react to other alien races.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because we've already developed an atomic bomb, the aliens have a fear that if we did react badly, we would try to use our weapons of mass destruction against different alien races.
So you're telling me these theoretical alien races realized we were all going to kill each other, so they were like, whoa, stop it. But at the same time, they're like, we're going to wait till y'all are peaceful because your weapons are kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't... That's creepy.
Yeah. And then the former United States Senator, what's his name? Harry Reid, who for a while had been the Senate Majority Leader.
Okay.
He has come out and spoken about how potentially there are aliens. He hasn't come out as much as the previous guy or this next guy I'm about to talk about. But he says we are not 100% sure. Well, he's not 100% sure, and he would like the Pentagon and other agencies to start releasing more information about these things. But the most interesting thing is, about a week ago, there's a... okay, I can't pronounce his name. I'll put it on the screen so you guys can see.
Is it the Israeli man?
Yes.
Yes.
So he's the former head of Israel's space defense program. He's a former general, and then he became a professor, and now he's finally retired. And he came out saying that now that he's retired, after he's become credible and he's done everything he needed to do, he no longer fears like his name kind of being rubbed
tarnished or anything. Yeah.
He gave this kind of interesting statement saying, the UFOs have asked not to publish that they are here. Humanity is not ready. Trump was on the verge of revealing, but the aliens in the Galactic Federation are saying, wait, let people calm down first. They don't want to start mass hysteria. They want to first make us sane and understanding.
The Galactic Federation.
Dude.
It sounds like some Buzz Lightyear stuff. The claw.
They have been waiting for humanity to evolve and reach a stage where we will generally understand what space and spaceships are. There's an agreement between the US government and the aliens. They signed a contract with us to do experiments here. They too are researching and trying to understand the whole fabric of the universe, and they want us as helpers. There's an underground base in the depths of Mars where their representatives are, and also our American astronauts.
What language do you think they speak to each other in?
Well, it's our American astronauts, so we're speaking American there.
American.
Yeah.
We're speaking American.
Yeah. Well, okay. I don't know if you know this, but America does have our own language.
No.
Yeah?
No.
Yeah, we've just taken the percentages of all of the places that people have come from, and we kind of took a percentage of words from each of those languages to match up.
Regardless, do you think there's some sort of like universal translator they're using?
I feel like
I want to see the written down contract.
What I would say is, if aliens are real and they've been here since the 80s because they helped stop the Cold War, it's safe to assume that they might have been here earlier. They spent a while watching us and learning our languages, and then...
Yeah, fair enough. They must have been really confused when they saw us all speaking a different language.
Oh, yeah. Dude. And then, to continue with what this professor was saying, if I had come up with what I'm saying today 5 years ago, I would have been hospitalized. Wherever I've gone with this in academia, they've said, this man is last as mine. Today, they're already talking differently. I have nothing to lose. I've received my degrees and awards. I am respected in universities abroad, where the trend is also changing.
I want to know what they look like.
Well, what I find interesting is he referred to it as a galactic federation.
Yeah.
Meaning that there could
Multiple.
be, a lot of aliens
Or
out
it's
there.
just two dudes who it's like, hey, you want to make a club up there? It's like, what should we call ourselves? We're gonna go talk to these Earthlings. We're gonna call ourselves the Federation. We're gonna say we're ambassadors, but we're the only two, and they won't know.
Oh yeah, we've got a base at Mars. You guys can send astronauts up there.
Get there, they're like, what the fuck? There's nothing here.
No, but it's kind of weird that all of this stuff has been happening in the past decade.
Yeah.
That not a lot of people have been talking about, but people have been paying attention to it. And going back to that, the 3 UFOs, do you have an opinion on it? Like, did you ever think too much into it?
Well, I mean, if there's actual video evidence and it's coming out from the government, there's always suspicion to doubt it,
Yeah.
because it's pretty easy to tamper with
Yes.
videos nowadays.
Yeah.
But I'm no expert on it, so kind of what I see, I can take it as true unless I can obviously see, like, it's fucking edited.
So the way I saw it whenever those 3 originally came out was as a potential way for the government to spread fear in the populace by saying, look, there are aliens, potential aliens out there. And kind of like a common threat thing.
Yeah.
There's a bigger, worse enemy out there, so maybe we should fear them instead of who we're currently fearing and try to make peace with our enemies who would be the enemies of these people too.
Yeah.
As a potential way to start making a more globalist world where
Just have America 2.0 somewhere in space. Introduce capitalism to a bunch of aliens. Oh, so you want this? It'll cost you
dude, I'm not gonna hang out with those aliens.
What?
Dude, I'm a globalist, not a universalist.
Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna be peddling schlick norks on the side for songs,
Well, I want to get this clear. I don't want those dirty aliens coming here and taking our jobs.
Wow. We gotta set up some galactic borders.
Dude, build a wall around Earth.
Holy shit. How did this divulge so quickly? Divulge. Fall apart, whatever.
So, in all of the theories, they say the aliens have gotten in contact with America. That they're working with America. They've made treaties with America. So do you think they've not gotten in contact with China, if they do exist?
I think I would get in contact with Russia first and then China.
Yeah, because China, dude, they had to create that giant satellite just hoping that they would get in contact with them.
Guys, come on, please. Look, we got big toys here too.
Dude, but can that be like the next World War? If aliens get involved?
Which aliens gonna fight on what side? Well, World War III. But it's like a really fancy galactic 3.
Dude, did you hear about those Chinese super soldiers?
No.
Okay, I'm saying America's gonna have aliens, China's gonna have super soldiers.
Oh, God.
So, to start this off with, let me find the date that this happened. I think it was just under a year ago. Yeah, December 30th, 2019.
Okay.
A Chinese scientist was producing genetically altered babies.
That's creepy.
That's
really creepy.
He was captured by the Chinese government and sentenced to 3 years in jail.
And then he comes out and he gets to work for him.
Well, there's no proof that that's what happened, but on December 3rd, a U.S. intelligence agent came out saying that he had been a spy in China, and they had been conducting human testing on their army in an attempt to create biologically enhanced capabilities in their soldiers.
That's some like Captain America Weapon X.
Dude, yeah,
shit.
Yeah, it is.
If you were a doctor and you could give, and it can't be just be like, oh, I'd make them stronger, taller, jump farther. What's the weird shit you're giving them?
Honestly, the one thing that to create the perfect soldier, but also you have to keep that soldier like under wraps. They can never get out. It's not giving them something, it's taking away the thing in humans that makes it so that you're unwilling to kill.
Your heart.
Yeah, pretty much taking away their soul at a more spiritual level, if you want to say it that way.
Nah, I'd give them pogo legs.
Okay.
You got too deep there, man.
Dude, this is kind of a deep podcast today.
I'd turn them into Go-Go Gadget.
No, but I'm saying if you do want to create like the perfect super soldier, make it so that they're willing to kill anyone without second thought.
Yeah. Nah, pogo legs.
But now I've got a question for you. So if they do succeed in creating a super soldier, then you could assume that they'll succeed in making a handful, maybe 100. What happens if, like, we go to war, the super soldiers survive. After the war, doesn't matter who won, but people decide, okay, the war's over.
Where you put the super soldiers.
Yes, because if you release them to the public, then you're putting those genes in the human population and potentially contaminating.
Give them their own country.
Yeah?
Yeah. Find a piece of land in a war zone and just say, all right, you populate this area, we're going to make some super soldier wives for you, and you can only live in here. If you crowd it out, that's your fault. Survival of the fittest.
But then you have like a whole island of super soldiers.
Yeah. And they're completely isolated.
Yeah, whenever their population goes up.
No.
Don't you think they're going to say, screw those people that put us here?
Tell them, can't leave anywhere. You implement in their brain that this is the only island left on the earth.
But you have to do that after the war. And why would they let you do that after the war?
Just wipe their brain. I don't know. Just tell them you're giving them more pogo legs.
Do we have brain wiping technology now?
Yeah. We have cancer darts.
Oh, yeah. For all of the Goof gangers out there, in the 1960s, I found this out today. It was the CIA who developed 2 guns. One could give someone an instant heart attack.
And the other
could give them cancer.
Which one is better? Vote in the comments below.
Yes, sir. They were essentially dart guns with chemicals inside the darts. The needle on the darts were small enough that after you pulled the dart out, you couldn't tell that they'd been stuck with anything. Yeah.
It's just a immediate cancer from a bee sting.
I know.
You're outside frolicking in your huge garden with your tiger and your third world dictatorship, and then, I've been stung by a bee. 2 months later, why the fuck do I have cancer? It's all those Cuban cigars, Fidel, that's why.
Yes, sir. I think now that we've brought up all the conspiracy theories, final question time. Who would win in a full-out war? Chinese super soldiers, Americans with our cancer and heart attack guns, or aliens?
It all depends if we can give aliens cancer. Because I'm assuming we can still give the super soldiers and the Chinese cancer. That kind of knocks them out pretty quick.
Well, but cancer takes a while.
But that also just fucks up like half of their bloodline as well. Because that just wipes out like so many people who can't reproduce anymore.
Yeah.
And it's so much money being diverted to help the soldiers just to live that you have to send in child soldiers. Then we just give them cancer too. I didn't say that. But if you can give aliens cancer, I think the Americans win.
Okay. But now let's assume there's no proof that aliens would have weaponry as advanced as ours, because they would probably be a more peaceful race, and apparently they're afraid of our nuclear weapons. So there might be reason to believe that they never developed nuclear warfare because they were too peaceful.
It's true. That's why they're afraid of us, and they want us to be peaceful.
Yeah, because
I'm gonna see if I can give them cancer.
The Canadian guy, he wrote a whole book about aliens and everything.
Yeah.
In it, he said the aliens viewed the human race as a threat to the whole universe due to our nuclear weapons. Which, I'm saying if the aliens don't have nukes, they're kind of wimpy. We might just wipe them out quickly.
Nuke them all?
Yeah.
Nuke them? move on to the next universe.
Dude, that'd be a weird war. America nukes the aliens and gives cancer to the Chinese.
I don't know how you're going to turn that into a comic book. Figure that one out, Marvel. Alright, I think it's time we sign off.
Yeah.
Obi.
Matt, with our powers combined, we are Goof Gang!